Markle and Prince Harry truly do like to get legal, as we've seen on many different occasions. But now a lot of people are basically speculating why they've gone down this particular avenue over this particular subject. So as ever, we thought we'd reveal all. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to see you today as ever. This story really did catch my eye, as we all know now, because allegedly it centres on the fact that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are fearful to return to this great wonderful city, London, without the protection of the British Metropolitan Police. As we've told you before, this appears to be the very first time a royal has actually sued or tried to sue Her Majesty's government. It's just strange when you think about it. Even our Home Secretary, Priti Patel, has now waded into the argument, and it's becoming more and more confused and complicated each day that we sort of look further into it. And then we recently had the revelation that we don't know now everything that's going to be part of their statement, because part of it now will remain secret. Strange, isn't it? What could possibly need to remain secret? But the bigger problem now is that Prince Harry is now re-suing the Associated Newspapers. That is, of course, the publishers of the Mail Online, the Sunday Mail Online, and of course the Daily Mail too. This all centres on the fact that apparently he was unhappy with the way that this particular incident was reported originally. Now, as ever, it gets really confusing with Prince Harry, because clearly there was an element of a story there. And as ever, we have to say, allegedly. Obviously, with it being a tabloid, they sensationalise this particular story themselves. They have to make it spiky. It sells papers on a Sunday. But seemingly, there does seem to be a grain, obviously, of a story that's been built up. Now, a lot of people are basically questioning, so why has Prince Harry once again gone back to the legal system, the courts, to take on Associated Newspapers? After all, this is the same company that his wife Meghan Markle won a case against last year, albeit not very big. Now, allegedly, the reason is because, as I say, he was unhappy with the reporting. But now a lot of people are suggesting that he could have done it in a more simplified way. And let me explain the reasons why. Recently, we had a very celebrated actor who was associated with a long-running TV series, right? And basically they put out a story claiming he was going to be part of this series, and this was put out at the weekend. And then we heard nothing more. A couple of days later, that particular celebrity got onto social media and said, look, I don't know where this story's come from, nothing to do with me, quite flattered, but it's simply not true. It completely squashed the story. Now, according to very good sources, Prince Harry has been advised by his close advisors that this could be a way forward in the future. And when you think about it, it does make perfect sense. He's very adept at Zoom, likes to put out messages and write long missives which he posts on to his Archwell website. So seemingly, if this story wasn't true, again, allegedly, we have to say, well, why don't you just simply put something out, whether it be on your Instagram account or directly onto your website? It squashes the story, saves you a lot of money, and more importantly, a lot of embarrassment by going through masses and masses of legal woes. Bigger problem now for Prince Harry is, one would have thought that he would have liked to simply drawn a line under this, given the lengthy battle that he had previously with Associated Newspapers. And as I say, this would have been a far simpler and very cost-effective way of dealing with such a story. But for now, the battle seemingly is ongoing. What happens regarding the security remains to be seen. Either way, we can say that he won't be coming back for the memorial of Prince Philip, and then of course we're not quite sure when he would return to London again, should he ever feel safe back on these shores. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.